the lesser. Trash like the $40 in the club. Game bits, no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling Bentleys off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a gray. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn heads. I wanna choose, but them too scary. Trust me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy. I choose you, baby. I choose you, baby. Trust me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy. I choose you, baby. I choose you, baby.
Y'all, forgive me in advance because they wasted my time last night. They played on my top. They wasted my time. They gave me no closure to anything. They set some stuff up for season 3 in 2027, 2 years from now, but it was extremely anticlimactic. I don't think I have much good to say, but I'm not here alone. Y'all know what it is. I'm just grateful that y'all encouraged me to come and actually do this live because I didn't do a recap for this episode and I really didn't even want to do a live, y'all. But alas, we are here and I appreciate y'all being here because y'all have been riding with us all season. Thank you so much for that. It wouldn't have been as fun without you guys, but alas, we're going to talk about it. And like I said, I am not here alone. Let's bring up the ladies. Okay. KC, how are y'all doing today?
Well, I'm here. I'm here to turn on my little green light. I said, all right, well, I guess I'll put it on.
You might as well change that to blue because Allison then just decided that she ain't even team green no more. She said, I'm blue now.
Allison says she is a free woman of the North and she don't care. She's ready to float some more. Kay, how are you doing today? How are you doing?
You know, I thought that I would be more excited. Like I was ready to you see, I came ready to represent Team Black. And now I'm just like, I should have just been no team at all.
Child, let's say hello to the people and then we will get into these few little slides I have, y'all, because Drew says we need Miguel Sapochnik. Y'all forgive my pronunciation, but basically a director. Now he is going to be doing The Long Night from what I've read online, but yeah, we needed some help. We need some help with this series, y'all. Vic says, I'm so ready for this because I need to vent. So many missed opportunities this season, shaking my head. And I'm shaking my head too. I'm shaking it. John Woody says, the way I'm ready for this commentary, my snacks are ready. Listen, hey, Books, Gers, and Purrs. Welcome. Hey, Roderick Graham says, what's up, guys? Let's get started. We about to. Shmi says, howdy, everybody. Hey, Shmi. What a Doll's Life. It needed one more episode this season because this wasn't it. And it wasn't. I said, give us 10 episodes. Y'all gave us 10 episodes season 1. That worked really well. I was super pleased with season 1's finale. I think if they had a little bit more space to work, but I heard that there were budgetary concerns, things that, just didn't shake. Hey, King Nikki TV with a $2 super chat for Kay. Okay. Hey, ladies, baby, I see you are working today. She's Kay the Targaryen Valerian. Okay. Hey, Tanae, welcome. Hey, Za, wackest season finale ever. Whoa. Book, Gers, and Purses. House of the Dragon is telling me Rhaenyra already told her husband about the prophecy and he wouldn't believe it till a tree told him. Not the Unk Bend being the worst ever. Listen, we know Damon ain't gonna believe it unless it had a little Alice Rivers pee in it. You know what I mean? Like she was giving him them drinks and she said, finally, you're ready for me to take you to the jungle and show you the prophecy. I was like, is this three-eyed raven territory? Joanne, welcome, sis. Everyone hit that like button on your way in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a doll's life says, I cursed my laptop when the end credits came on yesterday. Baby, I was sitting there. It was an hour and 10 minutes in. I said, okay, they got 14 more minutes. They're going to do something. They did it. They did it. Vic says Team Dragon from here on out. That part. Shmi says Rhaenyra directed and wrote this episode. Hey, King Nikki TV coming through with another $2 super chat. I wasn't impressed with season 1, so I skipped season 2. And you know what? It took me 3 or 4 episodes to warm up to season 1, and then I got super invested. But thank you, everyone on the panel. Us fans needed this venting session. Listen, Toshiba says, listen, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I think this would have been good as like a mid-season lay the foundation builder episode, but not for the finale. We're used to some excitement. Tony Roberts says this was the longest trailer for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel says this is an example of an episode where absolutely nothing happened. I mean, that part. So interested to hear what you ladies have to say. I don't know, I don't know if you're probably interested in what these ladies have to say, because I don't know if I have too much to say. But y'all, we're gonna dive right into it. So, and again, in no particular order, honey, I just got these pictures and was like, throw them up here, and we'll just talk about it. So, when it opens up, we see that Sir Lannister, Sir Tywin, Tyrion, they called him everything but his name, okay? But we see that he's in Essos, and he's trying to get these people to the blockade because they got ships, they have, warriors ready to fight, and they have this captain. Is her name Lohar?
That sounds right.
But she says, listen, I'm not going anywhere with a man who can't best me, and you look weak, Sir Lannister. He said, best me in what? And so they decide that they're going to have a 15-minute mud fight that we're going to go back to 4, 5, 6, 7 times throughout the episode. And then finally give him the ultimatum that the final thing, because he got with her in the mud, you gotta screw all my wives. He said, well, how many are there? Kay, I'm starting with you. What did you think about this? Did we need this? Did we need to know anything about Lohar, about Essos, about Sir Lannister making deals?
I mean, I appreciate seeing all the ancestors from the mothership, but not in the finale though. Like we could have put that a couple episodes ago. Like, I mean, right now we could have used that time for some dragon dancing. Is what we could have did. So yeah, we could have met her. She cool, but not now. This is too late. I don't care now.
That part. And I like her character. I said in a chat earlier, we were talking and I said, she seems like a more feral Brienne, and I'm actually kind of here for that energy. I like a female warrior, but I just didn't need her right now. See, what did you think of our new guest?
Is Brian the big girl from Game of Thrones?
Tarth? Yes.
From
Tarth.
That's exactly the vibe I was getting. I was like, oh, this is where Jamie get it from. All his family doesn't like, the big and tall, strong girls. He done got it from his great granddaddy. That's what's up. I could have done without this whole subplot, honestly. This didn't even have to be in here. I don't know why they chose to do this in the season finale. Like, of all places, why would they put this in the season finale? I feel like this probably should have been episode 7, and we got a different episode 8. We need at least one more episode, because this wasn't hitting on nothing. And this storyline, it was cute, but it was like, what are we doing here? What's the point?
Yes, we didn't need it at the end.
Yeah,
we did. But she's gonna send her ships, and we'll see it, I guess, in season 3, right? He's gonna screw those wives and make some babies so she can be a daddy. And yeah, I don't care. Next, we have the hand, Corliss, and he's talking to Rhaenyra because he's about his business and he's doing it for wifey. So much so that he changed the name of his ship that he had named after himself, the Sea Snake, to now what they called Rhaenys, the queen that never was. How did you feel about this moment, C? Did it give you feels like, do you like his plan? You're battle ready, you have the dragons, it's time to go. What'd you think, C?
This is the most selfish man in the whole kingdom. Like, he is just so ridiculous. And the fact that he's like, oh yeah, I'm finally going to name my ship after my wife. Like, sir, I feel bad because they did have a beautiful marriage, but now after she's passed, I feel like all his skeletons just coming out the closet. Like, and I like him less and less and less the more I find out about this man. And I guess, he gave her some good advice. He reminded her, like, hey, it's not just Vhagar over there. They got a couple more, let's not forget. So I guess he did his job. He earned that check as far as the hand is concerned.
He did his black job and got his black check. Kay, what did you think of this interaction? Is Corliss less selfish now since Rhaenys is gone? He named the ship after her, and everything he does now, it's in her honor and in her name.
No, because Rhaenyra came right up to him to ask him about Adam and Alan of Hull, and he was like, I really ain't had nothing to do with that. So we still gonna lie. We still lying. That's not what. If you wanted to honor Rhaenys, you should do what she said to do, okay?
Facts.
And give them what they owed. And he's still sitting up here lying, like he don't want people to know that he got these little illegitimate children running around like everybody else. All you Valyrian descendants, y'all all trash. Let's talk about you. And she would he could actually confide in her because she know her children ain't legitimate either. So I mean, you have to be here.
I think Vaemond went out too early. Vaemond, his brother, last season that Daemon got, in court. I think he went out too soon. I would have liked to see more of him. He was at least an exciting Valyrian. You know what I mean? He came with some action. He loved his house. Like, he was about that life. I could have cared less about this whole entire interaction. I don't need to hear your shoulda, coulda, wouldas now, Corliss. Okay, Sea Snake. It's too little, too late. Go take care of them kids. Go be a father.
The kids,
or at least be a friend.
How you name the boat after your wife, and then the one of the kids that's managing the boat is not even her. You know what?
Ariel, that part. He should have celebrated his wife when she was alive.
Got his outside kid driving a boat named after her. Get out of here.
Now he's coming with demands, though. So now he decides he's going to meet with Alan and tell Alan what Alan need to do. And Alan said, I've had enough of your lip. I'm going to do this because I'm an honorable man. But after this, don't talk to me. If you see me on the street, get to the other side. I do not care. I don't want any parts of you. Like, you're sorry. You are a sorry father. Kay, I'm going to start with you. What did you think about this interaction? Were you proud of Alan for standing up to Corliss?
I was, and I wish he would have said that I don't even want to have this white hair like y'all, because I don't want nobody even to know that you my dad. He should have went in even harder than he did, but he said he's a respectable man, and I appreciate that. Alan, that's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man right there. Props to his mom for raising him, because he said you walked past me with your fancy clothes on and your furs, and your real son, like, you ain't even know who he was. Ain't even throw him. No, give me a few shillings so that we can actually eat today. Ain't even do nothing. You know what? Corliss can go to hell.
Didn't pay him dust until he saved his life. See? Were you proud of Alan? What'd you think of this interaction?
Oh, this was the best scene in the whole episode to me. I was literally, this was the best one. I was actually in tears by the end of his speech because I felt so bad for him. And he tries so hard to keep his composure and, his professionalism all the time. And he couldn't take it anymore. And he said, how it felt to grow up poor and anything. And he had to do everything just to survive. And the fact that his daddy coming around now, not because he really loved him and want to be in his life, is because all his other options are dead. His son's dead, the other is dead. So it's like, you going to come to me as a last resort
The audacity.
After all of these years, after I've made something of myself, finally, I don't need you anymore. I'm a grown man. I needed you when I was a kid and you weren't there. And I felt so bad for him. Oh, I was crying. I said, this is the best scene in the whole episode. They could have did more of this and less of that, everything else.
Too little, too late. Now, let's talk about Eamon. I don't even have a picture of Eamon because Eamon pissed me off so bad. I said, where's big bad Eamon? Where's the boogeyman that I want to see? Now you're just a bully, Eamon, and I didn't like that. So we know that at the end of episode 7, Eamon had to turn around, honey. He was stuck like Chuck and had to turn himself around because Rhaenyra was there waiting for him with the fleet of dragons, right? And so now he gets back and he's pissed. He's so pissed he done burnt up a neighboring town and all the people in it because he's mad. He gets home, but before that, Larys is talking to Aegon in advance, and we'll get to their conversation later. But in a nutshell, he says, listen, you got to go because this is everything that Aemon's going to do, 1, 2, 3, ABC. And he was right about it because Aemon said, listen, Helaena, I'm going to need you to get on Dreamfire. Is that the dragon's name? And I'm going to need you to go to war. Helaena says, I'm not fighting in your war, Aemon. I'm not going to burn anybody. And he tries to get rough with her. Alicent, I mean, she stepped in this moment for once in her pitiful, sad, unrelenting life. Okay. She stepped in for a moment and Aemon's looking at her like, how dare you touch me? You was a queen and you was replaced. Helaena can be replaced too unless she get on this dragon. See, these are your people. Talk to me about this situation, and we'll go a little bit further into Helaena in my next question. But what did you think about Aemon and everything going on in his approach to Helaena?
One, I just knew there was about to be another quiz this episode. And I said, let me redeem myself by remembering some things. I was like, hold on, sharp point. I was trying to remember all the names to be prepared. So when he burned up that little village, I said, hold on, I know that's about to be a question. But as far as his interaction with Helaena, Helaena is just, she doesn't have a vicious bone in her body. She's not made for war, right? And he's just going to drag her out there being a bully because he's so scared that it's like he's not the biggest, fish in the sea anymore, and he feels threatened. And I love the fact that my girl Alicent done stuck up for the baby now. She done stuck up for the
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
You're going to see this again. She did. But then she stuck up to him. He said, hold on, wait. Getting physical with him to protect her daughter. We love to see it. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. What did you think about him trying to strong arm her to get Dreamfire to burn up all the people?
I'm like, who does he think he is? Aemon is really a bully. He is the textbook definition of a bully. Somebody with low self-esteem, somebody that was picked on, and now you got to bully others to build yourself up. You know what he needs to do is go back to see his granny side piece and get his therapy like he used to. He ain't had his old lady whole therapy. And I need him to do that because he got this pent up anger in there that he needs to just get out, because this was too, you taking all your anger out because Rhaenyra didn't one-upped you, and now you trying to bully everybody else. That's not gonna get it. That's not gonna get it.
He needs his granny hoe. He needs her to rock him to sleep. We already know what it is, because being a man with a micro peen is hard out here, especially when you're exposed to the world. He hasn't forgotten that. He hasn't let that go. And so now it's like, I have to get mobilized. I need more dragons. It's the only way that we're going to win. And so he later confronts Helaena again. But we know Helaena dreams, and Helaena knows what's going to happen to Aemon. And she says, Aemon, I'm not doing it. You're going to be dead anyway. You die in the God's eye. And he's looking like, and I'm like, well, bro, like, what do you expect? Kay, what did you think of her telling him that prophecy with a straight face? Like, bro, whatever your efforts are, they are null because you're not going to live to enjoy it.
You know what this reminded me of? because that look that she has on her face, that blank stare, that's a Bran look right there. Okay, when Bran just started telling people stuff that was messed up all the way, like, I can't believe he just said that to me. Like, you ain't gonna spare nobody feeling. Look at you in that blank stare like that. That's a Bran look, and because she has these dreams, and Bran was time traveling and stuff. I feel like she might have been talking to him a little bit. Like, I feel like Bran might have knew all this because they got that same look. Something tells me that they might have been communicating somehow. But again, like I said, y'all should be listening to Helena. She know what she's talking about.
She been seeing. I mean, even Damon sees her in the vision. Helena is integral to the story. She definitely got the sight. I don't know. I don't think she is a three-eyed raven like Bran was, but she teeters on that edge. You know what I mean? Because she knows a lot. And I feel like Aemond was completely shook. Y'all drop it in the comments below. What do you think Aemond is going to do with that information? Is he going to be moving recklessly in season 3, or is he going to use it as an opportunity to change? And I'll start with you guys. What do y'all think?
She should be the hand right there. She know all the moves and the counter moves from everybody. This is the person you need to have sitting at the small council, so she can let you know, like, hey, I know you seen the future, so like, is this the place that we supposed to go to? But no, he's mad because she don't want to hop on Dreamfire and go to battle. Dreamfire don't even want to go to battle. You trying to call 2 people to go out here and burn people up because that's what you and Vhagar like to do. Vhagar be down with whatever. Okay, everybody not trying to do that. So yeah, he's gonna continue to be reckless, but I think when something happens to him, he's gonna remember what she said, but it's gonna be too late.
Oh, yeah. I agree. See,
I think that she's coming more into her power. I love to see that. I feel like she shook Aemond with that information, because I don't think that many people in her family really believed she had this ability. They just thought she was a little weird, right? But now that, she's really dropping truths, that he's scared. He's scared of it. And I think he's too arrogant to heed her word, right? Mm-hmm. So I do feel like he's going to end up dying. Unfortunately, he's going to go straight into battle, as he often does, assuming that he's going to win and something going to happen. I just hope Vhagar don't get taken out. Just take Aemond and not Vhagar. That dragon brings me so much joy when I see them old holy wings on the screen.
I'm like, how is Vhagar? How is she even still around? Shmi says, and Helena just done a 360 character arc. Listen, she is standing on big business, self-assured, confident. Roderick says, Helena is a secret agent for Team Black. She is helping Damon during his vision. Her abilities are maturing more and more. The Greens have missed a big opportunity with Helena. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's the one you need on the team. I said it from episode 1.
Do y'all think Damon's going to try and get her?
Well, he don't need to, because he got Alice.
Yeah, he has Alice Rivers. I think everybody's fair game now. I think that is what we're kind of left with. Like, the sentiment they want us left with is Damon is like, no mercy. I think that's one of the last words he says in this episode, no mercy. Anybody can get it. But I think if he were to come face to face with Helena, knowing that he saw her in the vision, it might, make him pause. But Damon is ruthless. I hope we get that ruthless Damon back in season 3 that we had in season 1. I really hope that. So meanwhile, y'all, back at Harrenhal, Alice comes in there looking like a creep, full of witchcraft and wizardry, and says, I'm going to the Godswood. And I'm like, Damon, if you don't stay in this bed, stay in the bed, Damon. But what does he do? He gets right up and he follows her into the woods because, heck, it's Harrenhal. And she's his master now, basically. She's his Red Witch. And so they go out there and she's like, you're ready. Now I can show you. And so, I mean, he goes all the way forward. He comes back talking about winter's coming. He done seen Dany, the mother of dragons. He done seen like the White Walkers. He's seen all of the events that we saw in Game of Thrones. And now he has a new resolve. See, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of this whole thing? What do you think of his vision? This was probably the most interesting part of the episode for me.
I'm still waiting on confirmation of this daggone what's her name is real or not. No one else has interacted with this woman in this season. No one else. They just talked about her. but no one was. There's never been her speaking with anyone else but Damon. So I still feel like I don't know. But the visions were cool. Like we were finally getting something going on. Like this episode, I was like, okay, I'm invested. What are we looking at? I love that we saw Khaleesi from the back, with her dragons and stuff. And I thought visually it was interesting to look at. We'll see. Damon's has really had his, come to Jesus moments at this crazy castle. So I'm ultimately glad to see that he's out of there, though, because I was a little sick of him being there.
Lord have mercy. Kay, what say you about the vision and Damon?
Although he was at Harrenhal just hallucinating the whole time, but and it took way too many episodes, but I get what they were trying to do with that, because when Rhaenyra was trying to tell him about the prophecy, he wasn't trying to hear it. It took him to get to that point to see that it's a bigger thing going on here. Like this is going to happen, and either you can be a part of history with helping to get to where y'all need to be, or you can hinder it. And I think that his dream, it said a lot. He was able to see the three-eyed raven, which was one of their ancestors. He was able to see that the dragons are all going to be destroyed. Like he saw that there's going to be no more of them at some point. And then one of their ancestors is going to be the one to resurrect the dragons all over again. And he saw the White Walkers. And Alice, she's one of the children of the forest. She's just, I don't know if she only wants Damon to see her, but she's one of them. And she's showing him the White Walkers, and the children of the forest, the one that created the White Walkers in the first place. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you ain't telling that part, Alice.
I wanted to see that
the whole song of Fire of Ice is the children of the forest fault. Y'all made them.
Well, everybody thought they were doing what they needed to do to protect themselves. Y'all, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, Lord.
This was probably one of my biggest icks with this entire episode, because we have my good sis Raina out there dehydrated, flailing, running from piddle to pose. So glad when she found a puddle, a spring, a river, because she's chasing down Sheep Stealer, right? And what pissed me off the most is that we get a moment, they see each other eye to eye, and she don't even get to claim this daggum dragon. I guess she said F them kids as well, because where are Rhaenyra's kids and who are they with while you're out chasing this dragon through the Vale, up mountains, down in valleys? Like, no satisfaction, no payoff with Rhaenyra's character. They dragged her this entire season, and still we're getting nothing from her. There is nothing. So anticlimactic. I'm going to start with UK. What did you think of this whole thing and us flashing back 4 and 5 and 6 times throughout this episode to her?
First of all, Raina didn't have this face all season. This is every time we see her, she got this same facial expression, and she out here in the woods running like Jonathan Majors. And for what? We didn't even get a reason why this was happening. Can we see? She was running for her life. She was fighting for her life. At least we could have needed to see a payoff for this, and nobody was even looking for her. I didn't see a party or a caravan coming to retrieve her. They said, well, I mean, she doing her own thing, we just gonna keep going. The boys done went one way, the lady of the Vale and closed the doors. Like, they don't even care she out there. So Raina could literally just go ahead and end her life, be just gone out there in the barren lands. And, when the war is over, they're going to be like, well, what happened to her? And nobody's going to have an answer. So I'm going to need this dragon to go ahead and pair with her, because if it's not, then what was it for? And I'm going to need her to stop looking like that, because the dragon is not going to want you like the other one didn't want you if you keep looking at him like this. Okay, that's not the look of bravery.
Yeah, it looks fearful, and she's chasing this dragon down bad. And I'm just like, Raina, and it's really sad, honestly. She gets no recognition. At least Baela can ride and be a fighter. Raina is just like the silver-headed stepchild in this case. See, what did you think about these moments that we had to repeat and you keep flashing back to?
This could have been handled in one scene. They could have had her, dehydrated, in one scene, running up a hill. There's the dragon. Why did it have to be broken up into so many parts? Just taking up time, just eating it up. It's a shame how much nothing happened in this show, but they got all the time for the nothing, like all the time in the world for these nothing scenes. And I'm sure, like, okay, I know the actress. They're probably glad to get this screen time. I love that they're getting their work in, right? But at the same time, there was no dialogue even in any of her scenes. It was just like, what? We're just wasting time here.
Exactly. She looked like the video footage of Jonathan Majors running through the streets.
Oh yeah, it's like we could have wrapped this up a lot quicker. One scene, one take, get it together. And I did like that we get to see the dragon though. I thought it was beautiful, like the little silvery sheen. It was giving fairy kingdom. I liked her dragon from afar.
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
I was just going to say, here's the thing though, right? And someone had made comments, I think on Instagram, and they were talking about how in Game of Thrones, every episode wasn't action packed, right? Because I did go on a little rant. Y'all, if y'all haven't watched the short, go watch my short because I did rant a little bit. But here's the thing with the Game of Thrones, right? Even in the quiet moment, everything was working together. It was a big puzzle. Why? Because we had developed characters and a highly developed storyline, right? Like we were endeared to these characters. We knew their personality, and everybody at any given moment was scheming for the Iron Throne. In this, everybody's wonky. They've got their own motives. We don't really know who these characters are. As much as we've seen Rhaena, like you said, we've barely heard her talk. We know that she feels dismissed, but what else? Who else is Rhaena? Like these characters, we aren't in love with them because we don't know them. Kay, what do you think about the character development, not just with Rhaena, but with a lot of these characters in House of the Dragon?
I see development in some of them, and I see layers in some of them. Like I think Aegon has really had a lot of character development here. I see, Rhaenyra has went through a lot of emotions. We've actually got to see the real Jace, because actually we did like him at one point, but then you get people like Rhaena and we're like, can we wrap it up and get to where we're going here? Can we see something? I need Aemon to be more villainy. Like now he did some messed up stuff in this episode, but I need him to do a little bit more, like push it a little bit more, lean into your character. Exactly.
You can't give us the Joffrey. You can't give us a Mountain or whatever his name was. You can't give us a Ramsay Bolton and then come in House of the Dragon and not give us the people with the courage of their convictions. I do agree there has been slight progression in some of these characters, but there's still no character I can today, after watching that finale, say that I'm a ride or live for, like that I am just down for, that I love Boots. There's not. And the ones I dislike, the only one I have a strong disdain for still is Alicent, but that's even waning, y'all. I want to feel something. Make me feel something. See, what do you think about the character development this season? Are there any characters that you just love or even hate for that matter?
Like, there are characters I feel sorry for. Like, I feel sorry for Alicent. This is why I rep for her so hard. But as far as all of the majority of the characters, particularly Rhaenyra, Alicent, and it seems as if they had more shades of gray in season one, which made them more interesting. In this season, it's like they're always trying to make them seem, oh, I'm trying to do the right thing. No, I'm trying to do the right thing. Oh, it's like it's a battle off to see who's the most righteous. And I'm tired of it, and I'm bored. And I want there to be some more, juice, some more shades of gray. That's what it's missing. It's missing the suspense. I didn't feel any suspense here.
We're not feeling anything. Everything is on the nose. It's lacking nuance, but I digress. I'm not here to rip it to shreds. But Okay, Damon is plotting. We know that finally the envoy that Rhaenyra had sent, Sir whoever his name is, comes to Damon, right? Apparently, working for her, but really not, because listen, I like Rhaenyra. She's cute and all that, but we need a king. And Damon's eating that up because that's before his vision. Since then, he's had the vision. But in the meantime, Sir Simon Strong was like, let me clutch my pearls in the background and go on and send a raven to Rhaenyra because I smell treason afoot. It don't look good. So finally an owl arrives or a raven arrives at Dragonstone, and Rhaenyra finally gets on her dadgum dragon and goes to Harrenhal. Because girl, why didn't you go in the first place? Like, we done spent all season with you taking no action, the actions you could have actually taken. And so she goes there and she confronts them right in front of all of the Riverlands people because, they've pledged their fealty to him, which they tell her, oh, we're his, like we claim we, are allegiant to him. And so she says, the question is, Damon, are you submitting to me? And he starts talking in High Valyrian, pissing me off. Damon, it's a yes or no question. Will you bend the knee for me? Right. And then he goes into this whole thing about, I've seen things you wouldn't believe. I now know my mission is to serve you, my queen, first of your name, ruler of the, protector of the realm, all that crap. And gets down on his knee and has this whole thing. And they have their unkbend niece, sister, situation. See, I'm gonna start with you. What did you think? Did it give you anything? Did it give you everything that you needed?
So as far as characters that I like, I forgot about Simon. Simon is I love Simon. Him and what's his name? The Meister, the black man, hardest working black man in Westeros.
The Grand Meister or Oral, whatever his name is.
When she popped up on him as she should, right? I was like, okay, Rhaenyra, this is what you should have been doing. Pop up on your man and figure out why he hasn't been, responding to your text messages and your calls. See what's going on. And when she asked him that question, hey, are you going to bend the knee? And he did start speaking in High Valyrian. I was like, is he just about to tell her this in High Valyrian and not really ride for her in public? Like, what's going on? But he did. He got on the knee in front of everybody in the whole room. So I was like, okay, I'm here to see what he's going to do. I feel like he's finally to the point where he's accepted that Rhaenyra has to be the leader, and he's there for the layup, for the assist. And I'm glad he's falling into that role.
But y'all, thank you in the chat. Yes, Sir Alfred, it was the turncoat, and I want his head. I want his head on a platter. We should have had that delivered. That would have given me some action this episode. Kay, my question to you is, did this vision really change Damon, and is he sincere? And if he is sincere, will it last? Is he going to be loyal and faithful and true?
I hope for now that, the prophecy really stuck to him, because Alice been working on him for a while. Okay. She wants Damon to live his true potential. Now we know Damon will sometimes be out here Damoning, but I really hope that he knows that there's a bigger purpose. And Rhaenyra said, she grabbed Adam. She said, come on, let me get Syrax and Sea Smoke to pull up on Carax's long neck having ass, just in case you gotta move and do something. And Caraxes wasn't even ready to fight. He just want to go home.
Right.
He would have been completely taken off guard. He just want to go home. So Rhaenyra was shocked because she really thought that, they was going to have to, get some fire out here. So she was like stunned that his whole demeanor had changed. Because remember, he like stormed out on her. Ain't say nothing. Ain't send a raven. Ain't say bye. I love you. None of that. And we got to remember how much she actually really, really cared for Damon. So at this point, Rhaenyra is like, White Worm who? My uncle husband it's back. So, I don't need you in my ear anymore. I'm good now.
Oh, the girls get She's like, I got this good old Uncle D ready to go. He done bent the knee. I'm turned on. Bump my little love affair with White Worm. Screw all that. He's gonna do what I say. I don't trust Damon as far as I can throw him. I think I don't want to say he's under a spell. I believe that the vision shook him, but I don't know for how long and to what end. Again, make me feel something, House of the Dragon writers, directors, showrunner, people. Like, I want to either hate him or love him. I'm sick of the gray, as C alluded to earlier. Like, I want to feel something, just like I wanted to feel Sir Crispy's head be separated from his shoulders, but Sir Gawain couldn't even do that for me.
I thought it was coming.
This is like pulling out a blicky and not using it. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel the same way about swordplay. If you're going to take that thing out, and you learn this in the old Westerns, right? If you're going to take it out the holster, baby, you got to fire. You got to use that thing. Sir Gawain is all talk. He's disappointed me this season. He's let me down. I thought he was going to bring it. I thought he was going to be the one to set Sir Crispy up, put him in his place, possibly take him out. But did they give that to me? No, they didn't. See, I'm starting with you. You like these people, so I guess you're glad Sir Crispy lived.
I do, because let me put my crown back on, because I recall a couple episodes back, y'all was talking all that smack about Allison Kitty Cat on work, and nobody want Allison, and this man was up here sniffing on her favor like it was a pair of panties, just reminiscing off the cat of Allison. So I said, oh yes, okay, this man is sprung. And Allison did what needed to be done. Okay, I'd love to see it. And when Gawain kind of challenged him, called him out, like, yeah, you smashing the queen. I don't like you. He really don't want to smoke, because honestly, Crispy, one thing about him, he gonna fight. He can fight. He can, he got some swords play to him. So I feel like if they were to come to blows, Crispy would have won. So what you doing all this grandstanding for? Because you're not going to beat me. just sit down. But yeah, I love the vindication for my girls. Allison's cool. It's working, and it's doing its job. Amen.
Girl, I wanted to see him good. And I still feel like if the coot nanny was all good and the sun rose in between her thighs and all that stuff, Sir Crispy wouldn't have played in her face how he did. I don't care what he's saying to her brother right now. When the rubber met the road, he was not there to stand on big business at all. He didn't. Kay, were you pleased with this outcome? And shout out to the 80-some people in the chat on tonight. Thank y'all for being here. But Kay, yeah, didn't you want to see that head roll? I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the blood spatters.
Was ready for it, because see, look, when you stand like Nino Brown, and when we say sit your $5 ass down before I make change, you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to do something. And you failed me. Gawain, I was rooting for you. You failed me. And no, Sir Krispy Kreme he don't care nothing about Allison. The day he saw Vhagar fly over them and start shooting that fire everywhere, he was done after that. Okay. He'd been shaking in his little raggedy boots ever since then. He has just been completely out of it. I think he'd been hitting some of the milk of the poppy ever since then, because he has just a shell of himself. When them dragons came out, because see, Aegon had him puffing out his chest. He's like, "Oh, you gonna be in charge of the King's Guard? You gonna be the hand? You got promoted? You all this?" And he thought he had it for just a second. He had the queen, and then soon as the dragons come out, he saw how powerless he really was. And Sir Krispy Kreme ain't been hitting on nothing since the dragons did that dance that one time. He ain't been the same. Ain't nothing about Allison. He's scared of them damn dragons.
He was depressed. I said, "Oh, Sir Crispy wants to leave this earth." He said, "What a gift it'll be when he gets taken out." And I said the same thing, sir. It will be a gift when I no longer have to look at you. Even though he is kind of fine, y'all. I can make this confession. Sir Krispy Kreme, Fabian, whatever his name is in real life, he looked good. That man looked good.
Yeah, he do okay on real life, on the red carpets and stuff. He do be looking kind of fine. Throw that out there. Fine. But
we got to tell the truth. You know what I mean? We got to call a thing a thing. But this, y'all, this pissed me off. I won't say what I felt like it was, but this was the thing that kind of sent me over the edge. Okay. Otto locked up in chains, and we ain't seen a bit of it. We didn't see what happened. We haven't got a raven. We don't have a note. We didn't get an illusion. We didn't see like footprints in the woods, a muddy trail. We didn't get a crumb of what happened to Otto. And you just throw this in here in the finale without any explanation. We get a couple seconds flash, and then it's back like nothing ever happened. Kay, I'm going to start with you. What the hell? Who has Otto? And is he coming back? What's going to happen with this? And why did they do us like this? Tell me.
They wait to the season finale, and then they ain't even go into detail. They flashed us with Otto and they ain't even say, you know, come on out. We're gonna give you a break. You know, we got to speak. Your trial is coming, and this. Oh, you have a visitor. Somebody sent a raven for you. They said, that's enough. That's all y'all was gonna give us. What are we supposed to do with that? HBO. What are we supposed to do with this?
What are we supposed to do with this? Because y'all finally got me liking Otto. Y'all finally got me liking Otto, and then you take him away and don't tell us where he is. Show us this, and then go on and proceed like we didn't just see what we saw. Like Kevin Hart says, you're not gonna make me think we didn't just see what we saw. See, why did they do this? And where is Otto? Does Laris have him? That's what they're saying in the comments. Laris got him locked up somewhere.
This is the fault of the showrunners and the writers, and it's like this. They should have teased this earlier. Why? Like this could have been a suspense. Like, oh snap! You know, Otto. I thought he was gone, and you know he was there, but he's really taken it. I wonder who had this. Could have been the suspense we needed a little bit in this season, but they gonna put a little bit at the end, and to the point that it just pisses you off. It's like, what the hell? You gonna wait to the last second to show this? It just makes you mad. I do wish we got more Laris in this episode, in this season too, because I find him to be a very interesting character. Him and his whole thing with Aegon, I feel like that's going to be interesting, but we didn't get enough of that. We didn't get enough of that, and we didn't get enough of Otto. Just wasted potential.
Absolutely. And Laris should have been in there getting PT with Aegon.
You know what? They both could have got it. Y'all know how I felt about that. Him trying to help Aegon with the physical therapy. I'm gonna leave, you know, they'll say I'm something. But anyway, I feel like Otto's character was wasted this season. I agree with you, C. I think when Aemond said, "Send for my grandsire," I think that's when we should have flashed to this, right? And then they could have fleshed it out a little bit in this and at least let us know what's going on instead of just dropping this on us like a ton of bricks. Pissed me off. To echo your sentiment, C, Laris, he's still not my favorite because I like a villain that's a villain that's a villain. You know what I mean? And I want more villainy, like Kay said earlier. I want more villainy from these characters, not just Aemond, but even Laris. I want to know the intent of his heart. Why do you have this ambition, sir? Like even in not to, I'll make all these comparisons, but to make these comparisons, Game of Thrones with Littlefinger, we knew. He always wanted to be something. He felt like he was always thrown away, cast aside. The noble people, you know, scoffed at him because Ned's brother beat him up all those days. He always wanted Catelyn and couldn't get the girl. He was miserable, and we knew what his motivation was, right? With Laris, we just know he got a club foot and was raised with the Strongs. Now we know he done stole all their money. And he knows the game. He says, listen, Aemond's going to do X, Y, or Z. Aemond did X, Y, or Z. And he said, listen, he's going to be a terror if you stay here, Aegon. You're cognizant. You're awake. You want to take your throne. Aegon thinks he's about to go sit on the Iron Throne with one eye and one leg and all of these things. And Laris is like, he's going to take you out. You are in a weakened condition, but I can spirit you away. I took all my family's money. I got the gold. We can run away and be together until you're healed. We'll come back years later. I'm going to start with you, C. What did you think of this plan? What do you think of Laris? Like, do you feel like you know what his intentions are? Like, or his reason, his motivation?
I don't, which is intriguing. I feel like he's one of the more interesting characters, in my opinion, of the whole show, because I don't know, right? And one thing I do feel is that wherever he's taking Aegon better, if he ever figures out that Lars has an ulterior motive. He better go along. He better pretend like you don't, because I wouldn't put it above Lars to take him out if he feels that he can't puppeteer him the way that he's trying to, right? But this is an interesting part, I will say, that I'm looking forward to in season 3, because I want to know where they're going. What's Lars's plan, and just how he plans on to attempt to mold Aegon how he wants. I'll give him that. They could have had some more, but this I liked.
It gave it to you. Okay. And we got a super chat. Hey, Marvin Martin. Thank you for the $5 super chat. For a show about dragons, this season dragged his heels. By the way, I recommend Reigns of Castamere rendition by Jeff Castellucci. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I love the Reigns of Castamere. Y'all know that from House of the Dragon, or from Game of Thrones rather. But thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you so much. Kay, what did you think of this interaction? And how did you feel about Larys kind of knowing all the tea? Like, he knew Aemon's every move. He done studied Aemon, huh?
Yeah, he did. First, shout out to, the 70 plus people that showed up on this Monday to rant with us. So
yes,
thank y'all.
83 people in right now. 83.
So thank y'all for hanging out with us. Larys been trying to get. Let me not say that. Larys, he's wanted recognition and some power. Okay, he took out his whole family, and for what? He hadn't gotten the payoff yet. Alicent didn't give him the payoff that he needed. Her OnlyFans apparently done got shut down. Aemon was just like, I don't. You don't even look like you can do something with me. So I'm just gonna ignore you in this moment. Larys said it got to be for something. Okay. So let me get in where I can fit in. So Aegon, right now I'm your only friend.
like a traditional predator. Yeah.
Exactly. I am your only friend. Okay. You can't even walk. Larys, you can barely walk. Aegon can't walk at all. So apparently 2 heads are better than none. But he said, look, this is what's going on. Ain't nobody else gonna come in here and which Alicent Raggedy Butt should have been the one in there telling him this. Like,
we
you need to get her
go back to see her child since he got burnt the first time.
Matter of fact, she sacrificed him first of all, because Rhaenyra said, "Let me get a son for a son," and she was like, "All right then." So we
gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to it.
Oh, Mama sacrificed her was just like, at this point, I don't even care. All I care about is Helena. So you can do what you need to do. He's like, I am your only friend. Listen to me. Because at the end of the day, he's still the king and he's still a royal. Larys is like, if I can get him in my back pocket, then I can get the recognition that I need. I can get the respect that I need. Let me go for, the low-hanging fruit in this moment. And that's what it is. And at this point, Aegon ain't got a choice, because he ain't got a choice. Helena ain't even been in there. Helena over there playing with cockroaches. So she ain't even trying to.
She got a roach motel. She has a roach circus. They heard those like ant circuses or whatever back like in the day. They'd have the little flea. Is it a flea circus? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me. I'm like, why is she collecting roaches? Like,
exactly. Ain't nobody helping him get on his good foot and get on out of that bed. Like he just sitting there melted, looking like Viserys. Y'all just gonna let him rot away like y'all did y'all daddy. Don't nobody care. So, Aegon, he ain't got no choice. They actually at this point they ain't got nobody but each other. Vic, you wrong putting this picture of the roaches in here in the chat.
Princess Coco said we're gonna call Larys the pinky toe, and Tony Roberts says Larys was trying to be the foot of the king. Go ahead, see what were you gonna say?
We got to talk about the confession that was made on in this scene, because we find out that Aegon ain't working with nothing. They said the fire done burnt it up.
I was avoiding the sausage. I was avoiding the sausage.
He said intentionally.
And you know what it made me think of? It made me think of like those brats that are on the grill too long, or like when you had a hot dog and you boiled it too much and it split at the end. That's all I could imagine. I said, did they have to give us those descriptors, like a busted sausage?
And he said when he pee, it just go down his leg.
Dribbles down his leg. He about has a coot nanny. It's probably burnt off. You know what I mean? Like it's probably just a little. I don't know. It was disgusting. Thank you, C, though. Thank you, C, because I was really avoiding it like the plague. I was trying to, but I got the image.
And you know, Aegon was out there in the whole houses and brothels and stuff. So I mean, he said, you know, without that, what am I gonna do? I can't produce a male heir. I can't go get my freak on. What am I gonna do, Laris? What we gonna do? And Laris like, you worry about the wrong thing. Okay, you worry
That's
about
all he could worry about. Well, we know Aegon liked to whore around King's Landing at all the pleasure houses and all that. And I want to know what George R. Martin's fixation is with the peen, because we saw Reeks be shipped to his people, and now they said a burnt up Vienna sausage. Tiger Lily says. Does he deserve the split sausage? I'm going to ask you, Steve, since you introduced this conversation.
I feel like he deserves it because keep in mind, he was in there, you know, assaulting the chambermaids and stuff. So, you know, you abuse it, you lose it. No more, never again.
Oh, Lord, out of pocket. They said when you leave the weenie in the microwave too long, it burns. Flame grilled, burnt up. I'm sorry, y'all. That's awful. Forgive us. Meanwhile, back at Dragonstone, they're eating sausage. No, they have a whole feast before them, and it's all the bastards. Well, the three bastard dragon riders, right? And we got two that got sense. We know Adam got good sense, okay, because his mama raised him right, and we know Hugh the Hammer. He's got good sense as well. He's a respectable blacksmith. But then you have Ulf, the one who never should have had a dragon. I'm so pissed off at Silverwing. I feel like they're two of a kind though, so I think Silverwing is probably diabolical as well. But Ulf is in there like, I'm your uncle, I'm your daddy, I'm just like you. We're dragon riders, Jace, buddy. Jace is like, I will string you up by your toenails and have the birds peck your eyes out. Like he is so done with these bastards, being a bastard himself. And y'all, it was irksome. You can call order in there. Like if Ulf don't work out, chop off his head and find another bastard. There's so many of them. Kay, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of this dinner? What did you think of Rhaenyra, you know, laying out the plan, letting them know in 2 days, you guys got to be battle ready. We are going to war. And what did you think about Jace's response to the bastards?
You know, Ulf is just ratchet, okay? He is just hood rat from King's Landing's finest, and he don't care about it at all. We knew that when we first seen Ulf, that he was just completely ratchet. So do we expect him to do anything different? He said, I ain't gonna do nothing but be me. That's why Silverwing liked him, okay? She said he looked like he a little special and slow. And so I guess this is he needs protection. That's about it. You know, Jay's been saying some off the wall stuff lately, but Ulf, you are in the presence of royals. I need you to act like you got some sense because people have been offed for less. Ask Daemon. Honestly, if Daemon was at that table, Silverwing would have needed a new rider by tomorrow.
That part,
because he wouldn't have had none of it. So Ulf, you're gonna have to watch your mouth before you run up on Daemon because he don't play that disrespect in front of you. Daemon said, I'm the only one that get disrespect right there.
I'm the only one. In front of me, you know how that's how people say. They're like, listen, I can talk about her, you can't. See, is Ulf going to betray everyone? And can we even call it betrayal? Because he doesn't have any loyalty. She said, well, the knights know how to act. He said, well, make me a knight then, heifer. And I'm thinking, like, we don't need you, Ulf. And he's going to do something stupid soon, as my good sis Tremaine says. What do you think, C?
I think he's definitely going to do something stupid. I think that he's, one of the... He don't have no home training. He's a little, he's just excited to be there. He remind me of like Tiffany Haddish and that audio that was going trending on TikTok. So, oh, this is nice. Like he's just excited to be in the castle. And he don't know how to act. He eating up everything, drinking up everything, barely even contributing. And it's just an embarrassment at this point. Everybody at the table is embarrassed and like, you know, cringing and having secondhand embarrassment for him. And I feel like he just may do something stupid. I don't even know if he's intelligent enough to betray Rhaenyra. I just feel like he might end up getting drunk and saying something stupid or saying something to the wrong person in the wrong way, and someone overhears, and maybe that's how he betrays. But I don't even know if he's smart enough to purposely like go against the queen.
Yeah,
But
I think he's led by his desires, right? I think he's like one of the basest characters that we have that are just literally fueled by what he wants. And so I think that would ultimately be his downfall, and also like the pride and ego. Because when we first met him, you remember at the pub, he's like, yeah, King Viserys is my brother, my half brother, Daemon's my half brother. If he comes up to Daemon talking about I'm your half brother, Rhaenyra is my niece, because that's how he's acting in the house. Like, I'm the uncle. Like, y'all need to, you know what I mean? And it's sick. Yvette, I need you to clarify. You said yes in Hugh. Is Hugh going to be bad too? I like Hugh. I don't want Hugh to be a betrayer. I stand him. I do. Tracy Renee, thank you so much for the $3 super sticker. We appreciate you. Thank y'all for showing love tonight. Listen, on this little, you know, rant live. Any other comments about this situation, y'all, and these people at the table before we go on to, I think, the last slide, y'all? No, nothing. Nothing, nada. Okay. So I guess we're rinsing and repeating, right? We're recycling storylines. I guess we said, well, Rhaenyra did it. She snuck in under, you know, whatever, and met her at the church house, met Alicent. And so now we're going to have Alicent do the same thing, because after her baptism in the dirty river, as C would say, her spa day, she is now, you know, at wit's end. She knows Edmund is a monster and this war is not going to end. And now she wants to take ownership. Not that she set all this up, because she still didn't take full ownership of that, but that it's gotten out of hand. And so Rhaenyra, for you, and so, well, really for me though, because I just want to walk freely. And she's like, they're going to hate you, Alicent. I don't care about that, because why? Alicent has never cared about what, as much as people want to say, Alicent was always concerned about what everyone wanted for her. This heifer don't give a damn, not even about her own son. Rhaenyra says, look, we can go with your plan. You know, in 3 days' time, I can go. Aemond will be out. She's like, I'll set it up. You can claim your throne, Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra says, well, you know what, sis? You caused all this, right? And I'll have to behead the usurper, which is your son. She took a 2-minute pause, pretended to cry, acted like she was going to cry, and then said, okay. Heifer, you was going to say, okay, we didn't need the dramatics. I didn't need your crocodile tears, sis. I didn't need any of, just tell the truth for once, Alicent, that you don't give a damn about Aegon. That's why he's burnt crispy like he is today, because you didn't care. You wouldn't get that man a hug. You wouldn't even sit by his bedside. The Grand Maester and Larys have been taking care of him. Where you been? Where you been, mama? Where you been, mama? See, go ahead. I'm giving you the floor. You go. This is your people. This is your queen.
She been with Helena the way she should have been, because that's the only good child she got. And I feel like the nerve of Rhaenyra to come on and say, oh, a son for a son. Like, she ain't send Daemon old sneaky behind to go to the castle and off that little baby in his crib. That's the son. Talking about son for a son. You already took a son for a son, ma'am. Now you're just being greedy. And I'm coming here trying to keep the peace. Me. And you gonna tell that to my face after I told you when everybody's about to leave, what time to come, the door about to be open. You know, I'm flashing the lights as soon as they leave, look for the smoke signals, and you want to look at me in my face and tell me, oh, well, I'm still gonna have to take that other son, even though I already took the other one. Like, girl, if you don't get out of my face. And Alicent just found out the truth when Rhaenyra visited her with that Sister Act, you know, cosplay she had on. And so ever since then, Alicent has been like grappling, really trying to figure it out. And we saw when she asked the Maester, like, do you think, did Viserys really mean to pick Aegon? She was asking everybody, she was trying to work it out through her brain. And she's finally got to the point like, yeah, this is true. So y'all about to give it up for Alicent, man, and realize who the real sneaky one is Rhaenyra. But honestly, like I said before, they do try to make both of them feel so, oh, I'm the good guy and I'm trying to do what's right and I'm trying to do what's right. It's like I'm doing what's right off between these two women, and it's boring. It's boring me. I need a true villain. Somebody just need to step up and be like, yes, I'm the villain. And I'll live with that. But yeah, I love it. She wants to be free. She spent her whole life in service of her father, of the kingdom, and now it's her turn and she needs it.
I want to be free, but let's start a war first. So let's get into it, because Alicent could have been free. Alicent could have walked her stale tail off as soon as Viserys crumbled and died. Okay, that was her out. I don't have no dog in this race. Go ahead, Rhaenyra, take this crown. Do what you want with my Raggedy A kids. I don't care about them no way. Let me go on to my people's land and live in peace and quiet. Sir Crispy, how about you come with me, okay? And you can be my pool boy. Like, let's do that. This heifer could have been free, but no, she wants to start a war and walk off scot-free. She wants to wash her hands of it and pretend this is not her brainchild. She did this mess. She's the reason we're here. It's all her fault. Kay.
First of all, you know what? Again, these are the times that I need Daemon to be around, because ain't no way she should have walked out of there with her head still on her shoulders, because it was your son that took my seat at the throne that my daddy gave me, not him and his little raggedy behind. He didn't even want it. All he wanted to do was have his little illegitimate children out here fighting each other and drinking. Okay, Aegon was perfectly. He said he don't want it. He just want to get drunk and hoe around. You should have let him do that, and maybe he wouldn't be sitting there laid up looking like Viserys right now if you'd have let him just do that. Then she asked Rhaenyra, "Oh well, let's go run away." You know, Sir Crispy tried to do that and it didn't work. And that's why he mad at her right now. Why y'all keep wanting her to leave her money and riches and wealth and title? That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful to keep demanding that of Rhaenyra. That completely disrespectful. You know what? After she should have said that, she should have said, you know what? I wasn't gonna take your head, but I'm gonna do it right now. She should have did it in that moment. And you know what? Rhaenyra still owed a son, because that's not the one that she told. Okay, Daemon, it went in a different direction. So, but that's not what she told Daemon. So technically, she still didn't get the son that she had asked for. So y'all still owe her somebody.
I need it back in blood. Period. And I think I agree with everything that you just said. And I feel Rhaenyra, and I want to know what the plan is for Aemon. Alicent got a plan for everybody else. Let me take my daughter and my grandchild, and we gonna go screw everybody else. 93 people in this chat. Thank you so much for being here on the live tonight. I think this is our biggest live since we've been doing this weekly. Thank y'all for being here. And Tony Robert, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. But thank you most of all, y'all, for you guys who have been here with us weekly. Like, y'all, we appreciate you for real. Like, you have no idea what it means to us, especially just kind of getting started and figuring out all of this stuff. We appreciate you so much. So y'all, that's the end of my slides. It made me itch. I didn't like this finale. It was anticlimactic for me, as I stated before in my rant. Did they build some stuff up? Sure, but we got to wait 2 years, y'all, till the next season, and I don't even know how I feel about that. But before I let you ladies go, I do want to talk something else really quick. Since we're in this space, right? I want to talk about the spinoffs that are coming, okay? Because we have some upcoming. Max just released their trailer for their upcoming releases for 2024, 2025, and House of Dragon has a couple of spinoffs coming down the pike here, okay? And I believe that this first one is, yes, a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. This is the second spinoff to get the official green light from HBO. It's prequel series, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, based on Martin's novellas that are collectively known as the Tales of Dunk and Egg, formerly titled A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight. The series was announced in April 2023, but development was stalled. The project is now in production ahead of a planned 2025 premiere. The timeline is Westeros, right? A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms take place after the events of House of the Dragon and just 90 years before the Game of Thrones. What do y'all think? Do you guys have high hopes for this? Like, how are you feeling? Had you heard about this before?
I honestly, I'm cautiously pessimistic. I feel like it's sometimes it's sometimes hard to capture that same spark. You know, they had the spark with Game of Thrones. See, House of the Dragon is struggling a little bit, and it feels like we continue with this trend, the quality is just going to get worse and worse. I hope that's not the case, but I'm just, like I said, cautiously pessimistic. I don't know about it.
Okay, what you think? Are you hopeful for this one?
Who are we following? Who is this supposed to be? Like, what am I getting?
It's a knight. It's like just a regular knight in the realm, apparently.
The little boy's supposed to be a Targaryen, though. The little boy who's with him.
He's gonna play Sir Duncan the Tall. He haphazardly tries to enter a tournament.
So we're gonna see some fights.
I think we're gonna definitely see some fights. Okay, there's gonna be Baelor and Maekar Targaryen, respectively, two of the current king's 4 sons. Baelor is heir to the Iron Throne. I think this is gonna focus more around the small folk. Okay, a lone wolf and a cub story told in this vast canvas. It's very like Cloak and Dagger here. It's not giving me a haul. Yeah, about the small folk who suffer at the hands of the Game of Thrones as it's played by the nobles. So this will be more about, I guess, from the small folks' perspective. Are you here for that, Kay? Are you here for something like that?
I don't care about the small folk. I want the when I see spinoff, I want to see about the I need to see about the I need to know about the Night King. I need to know about the witches. I need to know about the children of the forest. I want to know about the warging and the 3-eyed raven. Give me the mystical part. I don't care about the small folk, okay? Because the royals run over y'all anyway. I don't care.
I don't know, because I feel like that's kind of the same trap that Star Wars has found itself in, because all of the movies been about, the Skywalkers and everything, and people got bored of that. Sometimes you got to branch out and expand the worlds and see the small folk perspective. I'm not mad at that. I don't know.
I'm not mad at the small folk, but the characters are going to have to be super developed, and they're going to almost have to immediately draw me in. I'm not going to watch 3 or 4 episodes to get into it. They're going to have to get me in this first episode. D, thanks, bro, for the $5 super chat. Not my salty sodium filled perspective. The creators got you fighting for your entire life, better prepare for your long wait. Listen, we gonna find something else to watch because they literally played on my top. Y'all, after that, they say Aegon's Conquest. It's in development. This is gonna be about Aegon the First, Aegon the Conqueror. I'm actually kind of excited about this. I'd be excited to meet Aegon the Conqueror, because in every story, right, they tell us these wild kind of outlandish stories about Aegon the Conqueror and his sister Rhaenys, and we're going to be introduced to a lot of strong women too then, right? What do y'all think about that series? I'll start with UK.
Yeah, I think I watched that one. But I want to. Are we gonna start it from Valyria, because that's the place that is no longer there. But they said it had so much, magic and mysticism. And so if we start it in Valyria and we take it through Aegon's Conquest, I think I'm gonna be here for that one.
Okay, see what you think.
I'm interested in the casting choice, because apparently Aegon the Conqueror was a little, octoroon or a little biracial or whatever he was. So I'm trying to say, they going to keep it, keep with the same, line, or what's going to happen here. But I would be interested to see that one as well. But cautiously pessimistic.
You keep saying cautiously pessimistic, girl. So it's gonna be bad, right? She's like, I know it's gonna be bad. Tracy Renee, see you tomorrow with you live interview with a vampire. My Tuesday delay. Absolutely, we can't wait to see you there, y'all. But that's all I got in me for this live for the finale, you guys. Like I said, it did not satisfy me. It did not tweak my melons. It did not give me what I needed as a viewer. But I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'm gonna say a couple prayers and hope that in 2026 or 2027, whenever we get season 3, that it will be amazing. But before we go, let's give these wonderful ladies the floor so that you can know exactly what they have going on. Kay, let the people know what you got going on.
Come on, y'all, hit that subscribe button. Now, I put a list of stuff that I got going on this week. Okay, so I don't have to type it in the chat this time. So come on back here tomorrow. Y'all know we spin in the block with Interview the Vampire. We are on season 1, episode 3, I believe now. It will be coming to Netflix soon. So for anyone who has not watched it on AMC, we are recapping it so that you can catch up on Netflix. What do I have? Friday we'll be ranking summer horror movies. Saturday is a horror panel. I will be putting out a breakdown of the Welcome to Derry teaser that they put out that we've been waiting on for a while now. So I want to take a look at that. Sundays are for Lady in the Lake. Please come on back for that. And next week, y'all, the calendar is full. We're talking Bel Air. We're talking Reasonable Doubt. There's some documentaries coming. Deliverance is coming at the end of the month. Y'all just hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of stuff coming. Come on.
Thank you. And you guys all, please go subscribe to Kay at the Fifth Walls channel. Go show some love, some support, comment, drop a like, do all the things. See what you got going on, lady. What you got going on?
Okay, a couple things. Of course, I'll be on the panel for Interview with the Vampire tomorrow, so check us out on that. Wednesday, we brought back One Shots, me and my friends at Unpopular Reviews. So One Shots is where we give a season or a new show one shot to impress us. So we just watched the first episode of that particular show. And we're on a Star Wars theme. So the next show we'll be talking about on Wednesday is Ahsoka. So join me on my channel for Ahsoka. Also, if you are into books, this Friday, finally going to be talking about The Washingtonian, which is about a Capitol Hill SCX worker, very scandalous, who created a blog and was spilling the tea about all the senators. So join me on Friday for that. And last thing, if you check out my Instagram page right now on IG, See the Superior, you'll see my stories for our next character battle. We need you to let us know who you want to go against Dark Snyder, which is an anime character, in a battle. Who do you think he should fight in our live battles? That's going to happen not this Sunday, but next Sunday on Instagram Live. So See the Superior on all platforms. And thanks for having me.
Thank you, ladies. And thank you guys so much for riding with us for this entire series. This was the first complete series that I've ever hosted. And CK, Dom, who was unable to make it tonight. Thank y'all for being here with me and just being here every week and just supporting and talking. And you guys, the subbies and the viewers who have been riding with us since episode 1, thank you so much. Y'all have made this so fun. Like, for real, me and Kay have talked about this offline, but you guys have been amazing. This chat has been lit every single Monday night, and y'all don't know how much it means to us. Thank you so much. Please be sure again to subscribe to everyone's channel who's on the platform, even Dom in his absence. Please make sure you head over there to Screen Static Studios, to the Fifth Wall, and to See the Superior. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And as far as me, y'all know I'm into some of everything, and we have some super fun stuff coming up for the month of August. So please just hit that notification bell and check the community tab often so that you don't miss a thing. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we will see you in the next video.
The lesser trash like the $40 in the club. Game bits, no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling Bentleys off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a gray. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn heads. I wanna choose, but them too scary. Trust me, you ain't a pimp, you a fake.